Now, some of you could be asking, how did William Ruto find himself becoming the president of this country? First of all, apart from his political structure that he has been having, his plan, there are some key figures that have enabled him to become the president of this country more than any other person. Now, the first person I want to talk about, and the only one I want to talk about here today, is Uhuru Kenyatta. We have to all agree that Uhuru Kenyatta made President William Ruto the president of the Republic of Kenya. Some of you could be asking how. Now, before I let you know how he did it, kindly, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. We have to all agree that President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and, of course, President William Ruto have been very long-term friends. These people started way back in 1990s when Moi was in power, and actually they worked closely together. And even when Uhuru needed someone to back him up, either in parliament or any other person within KANU, William Ruto was always there for him. And always, now that's how their bond was created. These people they became youthful friends until they became the deputy president and the president respectively. Now, people could be asking, now, how did this guy make the William Ruto the president? You have to agree that when Uhuru Kenyatta needed a running mate in 2013, he saw President William Ruto, who was then a URP leader. He went for him, and actually, they became a very nice pair, and of course, they went ahead to defeat Kalonzo and Raila combined. Apart from making him the deputy president of the country the first time, he went ahead to make him again the deputy president once again, the second time. That was in 2017. We have all to agree that just before the election of 2017, the two had issues. But regardless of that, still President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta then saw President William Ruto, who was then his deputy, as still the better choice for this country as a deputy president. And actually went ahead to nominate him, and of course Jubilee Party accepted him in 2017. That was another way he made him stronger. So he gave him that national platform, either to move to all parts of this country, or even to interact with various departments of the government, and make him learn more about the Kenyan politics and the governance of this country. During his term, that's President Uhuru Kenyatta, there were so many corruption cases, and actually from a distance, most of these corruption cases were indirectly linked to President William Ruto by that time. Despite of all these links, there was nothing happened to President William Ruto then as the deputy president. Not even investigative agencies went for him. Not even any questioning was done. Not even any case that he was implicated was taken serious by the government then led by Uhuru Kenyatta. I want to give you an example of these cases. We have the Kimarel and Arol Dam, which were almost directly linked to the president, now William Ruto, and then deputy president and Uhuru Kenyatta. We realized that most of the people, actually 21 billion shillings were lost, and the matter was simply politicized by Ruto. To an extent, he said that Kenya just lost 7 billion shillings only. Now, despite of all these statements that degraded the president of Kenya, still there's nothing Uhuru Kenyatta did as far as the corruption cases are concerned. Instead, he was just politicking it, left it just like that. Some of the people were arrested. Later on, they were cleared under Ruto's term. But despite Uhuru having power during that time, they were not convicted. They were not even taken to court on a serious way. And we didn't see the money getting recovered. Where did the money go? So, President William Ruto tolerated William Ruto's bad things and good things. That is another way he supported him to ensure that he is not politically finished. As if that was not enough, President William Ruto also, he was engaged in another very open corruption case where we had the Western Hotel being set up in a public land. But still the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, despite his powers as a president, there's nothing happened. Instead, he just kept quiet, and up to now as we speak, the hotel is still standing on public land. So therefore, these are some of the developments that happened that made President William Ruto gain the national platform that made him to become a better presidential candidate in 2022. Just to proceed, Now we had the succession politics starting in the country. President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had a handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga, and as a result, William Ruto felt like he was sidelined, so he left Uhuru's camp and started going for his own path. Actually, during that time, William Ruto started campaigns across the country. People said, actually abscond his duties, or maybe some duties were snatched from him, and was given that freedom to move around the country, move to all parts of the nation, and it took roots in every village, and actually every county. Ruto visited every county, almost every town. And that one was enough freedom to make him actually a more stronger presidential candidate in 2022. While others were crafting things on the board and then the boardroom, William Ruto was on the ground moving the choppers right, left, and center. He looked for friends. He had so many friends in all parts of this country. And that is how he got to understand, to actually got to reach out Mama Mboga, boda people that he was talking about in 2022 presidential campaigns. Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta openly indicated that him and his deputy were not in good terms. So it was his time now to show us the person that is better for the 2022 presidency. And according to his indications, he directed us as Kenyans to vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. But now, we can't forget that President Uhuru Kenyatta is the one who brought William Ruto, not just even the entire nation, but even to the central Kenya. He's the one who introduced him there. He's the one who praised him. They were together. The reasons as to why they parted ways, no one knew. But now, President Uhuru Kenyatta reached a time where he's supposed to give direction, and he directed Kenyans to vote for Raila Amolo Odinga. Now, during his instructions, when giving his instructions, he did not say the reason as to why he was abandoning Ruto, who has been his deputy for 10 years, for Raila Amolo Odinga, who has been his opposition leader for 10 years. Actually, let me say for 5 or 6 years. So people were left confused. And that confusion led to William Ruto being voted for, because people felt like he's being fought unfairly. Because the President Uhuru Kenyatta then did not say, this guy is not a better choice because of this and that. Instead, he just left things hanging. So this kind of leaving things incomplete, made people develop mercy and sympathy for William Samoei Ruto. And as a result, almost 80%, actually more than 80% of the votes of Central Kenya, where Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was the kingpin, went to William Ruto because of sympathy. So in short, Uhuru Kenyatta created the environment for William Ruto to get the support in this country. Uhuru Kenyatta, even after now the election have been won, even during the elections actually, he did not even do much as far as we talk about of campaigning, because we didn't see Uhuru Kenyatta seriously campaigning, but he just appeared in some occasions and said that vote for Raila Amolo Odinga and not Uhuru Kenyatta, mtakuja kulia. So when people are asking themselves, why are we going to cry? Uhuru Kenyatta did not come out to say the reason as why you'll cry this and that. So people were left there. So as we speak today, my message is that Uhuru Kenyatta created President William Ruto. He made him the president that he is right now. He gave him the platform. He did not limit him. Actually, even snatching some responsibilities from him, giving to Matiang'i, it was enough freedom for him now to be free and move across the country and do his work. He went and campaigned for 4 years. And like William Ruto, who introduced an impeachment motion for Rigathi Gachagua, President Uhuru Kenyatta left him to do his job. He got the state powers, he got the state machineries, he got the various briefings on NIS and other things. He was given the cars, he was given the residency, he was given the platform to basically carry out his political activities every day. So that is how Uhuru Kenyatta made him the president. If you remember Karen meetings, so many people were heading to Karen. And now, as they were heading to Karen, there was a huge platform there. Government resources were used to host these people. And actually, most people who left there, they were given some money. Whichever the number, you still got paid. And now it raised these questions. Where did William Ruto get all these resources to do his campaigns? First of all, you have to accept that the money that was lost through corruption, it was not recovered, and some of this money were used in this kind of activities. Still, the president then, Uhuru Kenyatta, did nothing about it. So in short, I want to sum it up by saying that President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta made William Samoei Ruto. Therefore, we can't blame the Central Kenyan people for voting for him, but we can blame Uhuru Kenyatta for creating that environment, that confusion, to enable William Ruto to look the better person for his country. My name is Abel Mukwa. That is my video there and there. Kindly, if you have a contrary opinion, please let me see in the comment section. Please, for those who've been following, thank you so much for the support. Kindly keep following, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. For those who want to interact, my number is on my bio. You can always reach out on WhatsApp or even calling, so that we can be able to grow together. See you next time.